I am surrounded by rock star legends of the role-playing world. I'm, despite being quite tall, I'm still being dwarfed. So we've got Jason and Rob and Amanda all here to talk about the amazing new stuff that Paizo are putting out. Now, you're holding, I see, the new second edition rulebook. Talk to me about this.
We're really excited here. In just a few weeks, on August 1st, we're releasing Pathfinder 2nd Edition. This is the first show where we've actually had a copy to show off. So we're really excited to show it here at everybody at UK Games Expo. It's been a blast. Yeah.
Okay. So can we see it? Can we open this cover, or is it still protected?
It's full of secrets, but I think we can probably open it up and give you a peek inside. Yeah, the book is 640 pages. It has everything you need to both be a player and a game master. So it basically revises and updates Pathfinder to kind of the new modern standard. It's easier to learn, it's faster to play, simple to make characters, but it still has all those robust options that you come to expect from Pathfinder.
Okay, now I'm checking out the art, because when I looked at Starfinder last year, I did kind of fall in love with the quality of the art that you guys had. Is there now a competition for the best art? What's happened here?
Maybe a little bit good-natured competition. We have the same art director for all of our books, so she orders really great. Sarah Robinson, she's our art director, and she orders great art for all the stuff. But we love the Starfinder art. It's so great.
Yeah, I'm in love with it. I want to take a peek at some of the art here, and it is just wonderfully done, and you've managed to, by the looks of it, get a fairly consistent style as well. It is beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Sarah really does an amazing job matching artists with content to make sure that we have people who are passionate about doing the art that we need for our books. It's an amazingly difficult job, but she does great work.
Okay, now when you were writing this, you did Starfinder first, right, before you moved on to this project. So when you did Starfinder first of all, what were the big lessons you learned in creating that you then took on to doing this afterwards?
Well, we wanted to sort of take the Pathfinder rules and fix some of the problems, or not problems, but some of the things that were maybe just a little didn't work as well for a science fantasy game. And so we tried to simplify the action economy a little bit and change how equipment worked. Of course, adding laser guns to things really changes up a lot as well. So, yeah.
Okay, and what was your favorite? Because you wrote a lot of the content in Starfinder yourself, didn't you? So
Rob and I were both on the core design team.
Okay, what was your favorite part of the Starfinder book?
Oh, wow. I really think that it was, like Rob was saying, making the rules be more appropriate to a science fantasy universe, not feeling locked into having it be a traditional high fantasy sword and sorcery game, but rather looking at things like how is party competition matter in space when everybody has laser guns and you have technology and you have a little bit of magic mixed in? Do we really need to have a cleric who's always doing magical healing? The answer for us to that was no. So we came up with the resolve point system that allows you to use your inner reserves to stabilize yourself and get back up into the fight without having to wait for the cleric to come over and heal you. We do still have that in the game, but for us, we really focus on wanting to make a unique experience so that when you are playing our game, you feel like you're playing Starfinder, you're not just playing Pathfinder in space.
Okay, and did you take any lessons that were learned in producing Starfinder into the new Pathfinder? So is it kind of like, because obviously Pathfinder birthed Starfinder, but has it come back the other way a bit?
So interestingly enough, I don't like to put them in order because they were both kind of born at the same time. Starfinder needed to come out first and was based off first edition. Second edition had 2 extra years to bake, basically, and get finished. But they did learn from each other, right? As we went along, we did some things in Starfinder that we then brought over to Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Some things in Starfinder were left to be Starfinder, right? So, they're different games, but they're both born kind of out of the same place. And as a result, there's some similarities, but they are allowed to be their own thing.
Okay, now, last year when I spoke to you, you mentioned you had a crafting system, right? And I was actually really, I don't know if it came out particularly on camera because I tried to compose myself, but I was a little bit giddy at the prospect of a crafting system.
I am always thrilled when people are excited about the economics engine that we built in the game. Yeah, so what we've managed to do is in the new version of the game, you can craft items, you can craft whatever you want. But the entire system is now balanced so that the performer in the party who's out earning coins at the tavern playing a lute and the wizard who's back in the laboratory crafting a magic item, they both get money that they can then in the case of the crafter, sink into an item. In the case of the bard, probably into more drinks. So, the whole system allows you to kind of build what you want in the game and what you have time to do using the downtime rules.
Okay, so can you give me an example of a player makeable item?
Sure. So let's say you wanted to make a Staff of Fire. So if you wanted to make a Staff of Fire in the game, what you would do is you would start by paying half the cost in raw materials. And then after that, you would make a check to determine your progress in crafting the other half. Now, at any point in time, you can be like, I need to be finished, and pay whatever you haven't crafted yet and just add more raw materials. But otherwise, you can just spend time. And as you increment the time, you get money for free that goes into the total cost of the item. Once the item is paid off, it's done. It's kind of like magic item layaway. You pay for it now, and then you pay a little bit over time using time instead of money.
Okay, so is it that the players can make any magic item in the book, or is it?
Well, they have to know the formula, right? So all of our items have have a rarity to them: common, uncommon, or rare. If it's a common item, you can generally find the formula because the formula is common as well, which allows you to go find the formula for, say, a Staff of Fire, buy it from a wizard who already knows it, and then you could then go home and craft it. So yeah, you can make anything you want, assuming you could find the formula.
Take my money. Okay.
I'll just first.
What's next for Starfinder? So you've been out what, a year now?
2
so
years.
2 years. Okay.
Almost 2 years. Yeah.
So what's next for this product line?
Well, we just released the Starfinder Beginner Box in April, so that's an introductory thing to bring new players into both Starfinder and just RPGs in general. It's very streamlined rules, just kind of to bring people in and show off what Starfinder can do. So we're really excited about that at the expo. And then in the fall, maybe Amanda wants to talk about our new book coming out.
Yeah, do we hit Alien Archive 3, or do we want to do... Yeah, do come. All right, so one thing that's very exciting for us is that we have a new book coming out in November called Character Operations Manual. And for those of you who are familiar with that or not, we have 3 brand new character classes coming out in that book. And we did a worldwide playtest for those character classes that ended earlier this year. We got hundreds of people giving us feedback on what they thought these classes were like, and we've refined them and really put them into what we think is the best version of them. And those 3 classes are the Biohacker, which is your scientist class. You can be a wisdom-based mad scientist, or you can be an intelligence-based academic scientist. This is all about buffing and debuffing on the battlefield and being very versatile in combat. Yeah, so the other character class we have is the Vanguard, which is our first actual tank class. This is a class that is all about harnessing the entropy of the universe to protect yourself and your allies, and gathering power off of taking damage and protecting your allies. This is the first character class that is built around shields. We've added shields to the game. There's going to be a whole bunch of those in the Character Operations Manual. And then the third character class, I'm a little bit biased, but it's my favorite because I designed it, is the Witch Warper, which is the first charisma-based full casting class in Starfinder that is all about harnessing the power of alternate realities and pulling in things from those alternate realities to affect the environments and the surroundings around them.
Okay, so that's amazing. Now, you mentioned shields, so if you've got shields coming into the game, does that mean there's new weapons?
There is a bunch of new weapons. We had most of our new weapons that came out in Armory, the book that was out last year, so that's going to be probably the best place to go for new weapons. But we've got a bunch of new combat-based things that are also in comm as well.
Okay, now what about the sort of the storytelling side? And because you've already got downtime mechanics, haven't you? So you're already doing...
Yeah, so we've got some downtime mechanics that are coming out.
In
comm, yes. So we'll have things that you're able to do, like when you're on your starship and you have a little bit of time to rest and relax. You'll get benefits from being able to do these abilities, and that will then translate into the game when you're actually doing the tactical elements of it.
Okay, awesome, thank you. So this is coming out August 1st. Now we go live in October. That's when we're going to be airing this. So this will already be out.
By that point in time, yeah, you will have the core rulebook. You'll have the bestiary. You'll have in October several installments of the first new adventure path. You will have the Fall of Plaguestone, the first ever standalone adventure for 2nd edition. There'll be a pack of character sheets. There'll be a GM screen. There'll be a vertical GM screen. There'll be a pack of condition cards. There will be 2 world guides. It's going to be a lot of products. Yeah.
So you've been working on quite a lot then, not just this book.
Yeah. A lot. Yeah. No.
Okay,
yeah.
that was a scary face.
Yeah, no, between the core rulebook and the bestiary, that's 1,000 pages. So yeah, it's a lot. Yeah.
So, are you going for a much-needed holiday then by the time this airs?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'll be back from my holiday by then. But yeah, no, that's next week for me. I'm going to go and wander Scotland. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Going to check out some of our castles and get inspiration.
That's right, and your pubs and find more inspiration. Yeah.
So, actually, that brings up an interesting point. Where do you find inspiration for doing sci-fi?
I've always been a huge fan of science fiction, even though I've played a lot of fantasy games. So something like Starfinder, being able to mix fantasy and sci-fi together has really been a dream for me. And I mean, there's so many books and novels and movies and stuff. And really, it's the future. So you can almost do anything. And you add a little bit of magic in there too. And the stars are the limit, I guess. That's pretty cheesy, but...
Hi there, I'm Jason Bulmahn, Director of Game Design at Paizo and the creator of the Pathfinder role-playing game. Thank you so much for donating to the Butterfly Project. We all really appreciate everything you do to help those kids. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Rob McCreary, the creative director of Starfinder. I'd like to ask you to please donate to the Butterfly Project. Thank you.
Hi there, my name is Amanda Hammond. I am the managing developer for the Starfinder role-playing game at Paizo, and I just wanted to thank you for donating to the Butterfly Project and let you know that every little bit that you can give to help those kids in Uganda learn through role-playing games, every little bit helps. Thank you so much for all of your contributions.